to take this action.
Hi, thank you. And again, to everybody who just logging in, I just want to say thank you for taking the time out of your day. I know this is a little bit of an unusual break in your day, but from time to time, in order for us to access certain accounts and to have an authorization to do banking, to do transactions, we have to do signatory changes. And so because John Spang has left as of June 30th, we needed to add myself onto many of the accounts where there was only one signature, so that someone is always able to access and do the transactions with the banks. And so on the invite, you'll see this document here that just shows you where the changes are. So for this particular round, and again, we do this from time to time. We've had a big signature change earlier in the beginning of the year. And then this is more of an update on certain accounts. And so the green shows you where I've been added to replace Mr. Spang while we're in this interim period. And Mike Weaver is also added on many of the accounts as well. So it just allows a second person to access the accounts. And it's just pretty standard practice for the most part. And it usually only changes when we have changes in staffing and personnel. Right. And so it's kind of a hullabaloo with all the different banks and the accounts that we have to go through. It's a paper shuffle here, and then we work with the banks, but it does require board approval, which is why we asked for everybody to get together today to help us approve the signatory changes for this round.
Does anybody have any questions?
I do.
Yeah. Yes, Juanita.
So Kara, thank you for the document. I'm just going to pull it up so I can read it a little bit better.
Oh,
and I understand that.
I'll zoom in a little bit. How's that?
Yeah, I have it. So I understand your name being placed in the green sections that previously were from the accounting department. I have a question about the rest of the document, though. And so my question is it typical that most times the principals have the authority to sign for their individual schools?
Yes, Mike Weaver might be able to answer more specific
okay.
questions.
No, it's just a question.
Yeah,
and so
generally, yes.
My question was about Morris Street School and Reach and Endeavor.
Morris Street. Okay, so Katina and then Carrie Johnson is the backup for Morris Street, and then Reach and Endeavor.
We just have the one for Reach and Endeavor.
Yeah, just the one right now. So we're in transition there.
Okay, so would that be, just in case, would that be your name as the backup until a backup?
Yeah, so right now it's Mike Scheiken is the backup over there. And we don't generally have, it's a very tiny account. It's not a huge account. So if they really needed something right now, we could cover them, in other ways. So it's not super significant. The ones where you see my name on here, state and federal projects, Ed Service Fund, FSA account, those are kind of really big accounts where, if Mike's away on vacation or I'm away on vacation or something happens, there's a backup there so that all the cogs in the wheel keep moving in the system. We don't hold things up unnecessarily, but we anticipate having, that filled in for Reach and Endeavor. And then what was the other one you mentioned?
Morris Street. So I do see the principal as the number 2.
Yeah, usually the principals. Well, no, Dan Donovan's listed on number 2. It doesn't
the order doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like one supersedes the other. If that answers your question.
Yeah. No. Perfect.
Yeah, and same thing for West Side. So we hope to get that backed up as well. But the big primary ones right now are the school lunch program. They're all, the big things that are still moving very quickly and need attention.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Teresa?
Thank you, Gladys. Just wanted to, I think a couple years ago, we gave the principals their own little budget. Is that what that is about, Kara? So that it didn't all have to go through the central office,
Yes.
just to expedite payment on things.
So this is a little bit different. And so there's student activity accounts, and then there's like a school account. Mike,
Okay.
do you want to explain the difference? Help us out with it.
Yeah, so you'll see here, there are many that say Danbury High School, and then some of them have the individual sites. Those are student activity accounts. And those are managed by the sites themselves with usually, like I said, the principal as the main signer. The budget that we give to the individual sites, it comes from the operating budget. We give them things that are not centrally allocated, like supplies and expenses. So those are the two different types of accounts.
Thank you.
Those are like those accounts that Mike just referenced are like the school secretary can order supplies. It doesn't necessarily need to be a school principal. Whereas the student activity ones that are listed here need the principal to sign off or their designee.
Right.
Any other questions?
Yeah, so for, I'm looking at your list. I'm sorry, I think it's Rogers Park Middle School.
Mhm.
Yes.
Should Dana still be on there?
Actually, no, Dana should not be on there. It's a good pickup. Dana should not be on there. Yep, Dana should not be on there. Okay, we'll have that removed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So, my question would be, once we give you permission to put your signature in the place, does any of this information goes to the state or just stays within our filing cabinet or wherever you want to file it at?
It gets registered. A lot of this gets registered also with the banks.
Mhm.
And then when they collect like student activity accounts and all the documentation that goes with it, it goes to the city and the auditors. So they'll have
Okay.
access to this. So they'll see who is, allowed to be on which accounts. But I don't think this list goes to the state. Mike, is that correct?
Not that I'm
Doesn't
aware of.
travel beyond
Okay.
Danbury.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really more for the banks for
Okay.
permission for who's able to access these accounts.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Seeing none. Teresa, would you make the motion, please?
Sure. Motion that the Board of Education approve and authorize a change to signatory representatives for Danbury Public Schools and Danbury School Lunch Program in accordance with attached Exhibit 24-145.
Motion made by Teresa. Could I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, second by Kate. Are there any other questions? Seeing none. All in favor? Could I hear aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion so carried. I need a motion to adjourn unless the superintendent has something else.
Nope, that's it. And again,
Okay.
thank you so much for taking time out of your
Okay.
day. I know you're at work
Thank
or
you.
on your lunch or
Yeah.
with family, so thank you.
I need a motion to adjourn then.
So
Thank you
moved.
all. Okay, moved by Lauren, seconded by
Second, Winnie.